Hey y'all, the topic of conversation today, communication. We're going to start off with reading what it says on the card. The angel of communication is here today saying, speak your truth. Communication, whether it is spoken, written, or felt, is what connects us all intimately. Ask the angel of communication to help you share your heart with others. If you don't feel heard or understood, or are struggling to say what needs to be said, inattentions and misunderstandings will damage your relationships. Speak your will damage your relationships. Speak your truth quietly but clearly. Focus on honesty, but in such a way that it lifts you and others up. Whatever the issue, sorry guys, whatever the issue, trust that the angel of communication is there to give you the courage to find the right words. The more you speak with integrity, the more others will feel your authenticity and come to trust and respect you. Listening is just as important as speaking. Never fear your own silence when communicating with others or yourself. Sometimes what matters most is hidden in those quiet spaces between the words or lines. Communication. So this ain't going to be a long reading, guys. It's just a short reading to say that's what time it is now, the time of communication. Let's create some new memories. No more old memories. Let's create some new memories and move forward. This is a one card draw. We're just seeing what we're getting more clarification on the communication. Be disciplined in your approach, as it says, speak clearly and quietly. Be disciplined in your approach when you're communicating. Communicate your truth. Ask questions. Don't accuse people. Put in the effort to find the right evidence and the right information that you need so you can communicate more accurately. Remember that love never dies. So ultimately, when you are communicating, you're communicating from a point of love and honesty and truth. Trusting yourself to be able to deal with the reaction of to whom you are communicating with. So we separated our sea oracle cards into the four. So we know that this is letting go. We know that this is gratitude and awe. We know that this one is self-compassion. We know that this deck is moving forward. Now, I have a lot of respect for tarot card readers because some of them are very talented, as we know. But as we know, there are some things that's going on. There are some people that experience different things in life, and they do have the evidence to prove what they're saying is right. So sometimes we just have to be careful with the information that we take in, and be careful with who we then communicate said information to. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope the reception's all right. So I'm driving now from the sacred forest just to see what our spirit guides would like to tell us. Always get clarification. If a word is escaped your memory, just get clarification. It's not a problem. Okay, so as we're on communication, I'm going to draw one card from each to represent each 4 corners of the test board, each 4 corners of the earth, each 4 corners of our seasons, each 4 corners of our coordinates. You know, as I said, when you start your reading, you can lock the energies inside, good or bad, and then you can release them. That's why we do it on a 4-point basis. Let's call it that way. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna pick up from moving forward. As we move forward on our journeys, we need to be proud and happy that we've reached such a point in our journeys. You know, sometimes in life, we don't know how to communicate to each other, and it leads to stumbling blocks and blockages in our journey of moving forward. Sometimes in life, we push forward for so much that we don't stop and realize that we need to be more adventurous. The same old way of communicating. It's squeezing the life. Can you see my throat? I was perfectly fine before this. It's squeezing the life. All of those stoppages and blockages. Because one's afraid or embarrassed, or we held on to a life for so long that we can't let it go. Well, we need to let it go so we can move forward on our journey. Resilience. Let us, inside of ourselves, instead of worrying about how the person's going to react to what we are telling them, let us inside ourselves say to ourselves, this person is resilient. This person is strong enough. This person is just like me, able to communicate effectively, able to make their emotions less explosive. So the impact is focused more on the conversation rather than the reactions, the explosive reactions. The reluctance to speak your truth is often backed up by our, sorry guys, it's coming to me slowly. The reluctance of speaking the truth is often backed by what is the person going to say? How is the person going to take it? We need to focus on the person's resilience. That's where I'm going with this, you get me? We need to focus on the person's discipline. Okay, Guani. That's what we need to focus more on. We need to focus on the fact that, yes, this person is able to take the truth. Imagine positive effects. I'm going to pull from the bottom of this one. They're upside down. This one says, oh, this one upside down too. No, but I'm going to pull from the bottom of that. Excuse me. I suppose that's right. This one say, may you see the sublime in every day. May you look at this person, these peoples that you want to communicate with. May you look at them with fresh eyes. Maybe there's someone that wants to communicate with you, and you're known to be explosive, and you're known to be dismissive, and you're known to not suffer fools gladly, and you're known to see the truth in everything. But may you look at this person and let them come to you and tell you the truth. They are humbling themselves before the Most High just to come and tell you the truth. You should see that as awe-inspiring. They are plucking out all of their courage to come and tell you the truth. Anybody that is willing to get up and go and tell the truth deserves a round of applause. You're having problems with your throat. It's because you got something to say. Be it negative or positive, you still have to say it. Don't worry about how the person's going to take it, because you want to achieve balance. You see it? You want to achieve balance. And you want forgiveness. I don't sit here and put these cards together and pull. It doesn't, this is how it works. You want forgiveness. You want forgiveness for not listening and hearing people out and pushing people away. You want people to come and tell you their truth. You want forgiveness for not being able to tell the truth to others because you don't know how you may appear or seem. Yeah. Ultimately, everything wants to find its balance. So let's see what the Sacred Forest Oracle is saying to us now. Always try to tell the truth with kindness, by the way. That's what the angel of kindness is saying to me. Keeps on looking at me, saying to always try to tell the truth with kindness. Okay? Okay, so what's going to happen when and if we do decide to tell the truth, whether it's good or bad, bad or good? Maybe you want to come out and say that you're gay. Maybe you want to come out and say that all of this time you're pretending to be gay and you're straight. Could you imagine? Yeah. There's somebody out there that's been pretending to be gay for all of this time and they're not gay, they just find it more easier to get by. Interesting. I was watching something like that the other day. Prosperity. People always think prosperity means cash or money or wealth or something, but prosperity could mean just good health in your throat back because you decided to just open up your mind. You get me though? Isn't it? All right. You get back your beauty. Let me tell you something, yeah. You see, when you got things on your mind, oh, it can really, really stress and pull you down, you know, make you look like shrivel up, withered away and all them type of things. People start looking at you and say, oh, you're not well. Yeah, when you communicate effectively, no matter what, you can find acceptance within yourself. When you go and ask that question, be brave, be bold. It doesn't matter what the question, even if the question makes you look mad, you go to the person, you ask them the question. Yeah. Did you do such and such? Are you doing such and such? Do you feel it too? Such and such. Go to the person. Sometimes you can feel like you and the person is having telepathic conversation. And you and the person is both sitting one away thinking that you're mad. And then one day you decide to say, okay, I'm going to communicate. I'm going to communicate because guess what? I need balance. I can't be sitting here inside my head all the time. I can't be sitting here inside my head all the time communicating. There's all different forms of communicating. You can sit down in the room together holding hands, right? That's communicating. You can sit down in the room together, not holding hands, not making contact at all, not even giving each other eye contact. There's all forms of communication. But when you get the answer, accept it. Whether you feel the person's telling the truth or not, accept it. Trust them. The angel of trust said, trust them. When you're sending out your trust, now the angel of trust is in the angel of trust's hands. And the angel of trust will so come back and tell you the truth. And you'll get freedom from the truth. Accept it. Accept what the person is saying to you. And you'll be free. Because ultimately, the truth will always come to you. Sometimes the truth comes to me in my dreams. Right. Accept it. Accept that the angels are communicating with us. Accept it. That's why I'm going to trash talk no tarot readers. I just don't do it here. Because the angels are communicating with them. Their guardians are communicating with them. Their ancestors are communicating with them. The earth is communicating with them. We just don't do that here. We do open, honest, one-to-one healing. Because when you're watching it, you're one-to-one with me. If you're watching it in a crowd of people, we're one-to-one with each other. The Most High communicates with us all the time. That's why I have the freedom. I have accepted that the Most High communicates with me. I have accepted it. And with acceptance comes freedom. You can take your foot down now. You can take your foot down now. You can take your foot down now, see? Letting go. Letting go. Let's come out of the foggy bog. Let's come out of the foggy bog. We are going into the spiritual garden of autumn. The spiritual garden of autumn is saying, let's come out of the foggy bog. Where are we going into? Oh, we're going to go into the magical night. The moonlight enchantment. Aspen is the tree spirit. And you see all of the colourful leaves. Is that leaves? Yeah, the yellow leaves. Can you see them? And the blue butterflies. I keep saying, you know, sometimes you would think that it's a butterfly. When it looks like it's nighttime to me, it just looks like there's a bright light. And that bright light is illuminating the colour of the moths. Because we're in the foggy bog. You can't really see. You're on the other side. We need to come round. Look. There's more journeys for us to take. If you can see in the background, it's like mountains. Can you see the foggy bog? It's weird. It's like that's the moon. And it's so bright, but because you're in the fog, you can't see the magic of the moon. You want to come out on this side. You want to be standing here so you can admire the beauty. But instead, you're standing here. Well, that's why we're in autumn. And that's I'm sure up until springtime, this is the cards that we're going to be keep pulling. Because it's the season of letting go. And what's that west? I'm not sure. Still the same thing again. Lack of communication brings chaos. It brings chaos. Lack of stability. Because people don't know where they stand in a situation. And if you don't know where you stand, you're always going to feel like you're just standing on one foot. Mm, mm. We can see this is where we want to be, just admiring the beautiful flowers. Look how she's floating towards it, just fluttering towards the beautiful flowers. Not worrying about the dark, not worrying about the dark forest, because the forest is dark. She's bringing the light with her. This is your new form of communication. Look, you're bringing the light with you, because all of the rest of the other card is dark. Look, it's nighttime. It looks like it's daytime, but it's nighttime. And the flowers look so beautiful and radiant in the fairy light. This is the new beginnings, guys. The beginning of new communication. Speak your truth. Doesn't matter who you are, who you want to be. Speak your truth. And you'll find growth. You will shed all of your dead skin and become new. Even the snake sheds his skin. If you don't shed his skin, stuff happens to him, innit? You're going to find power and joy in communicating. Maybe it might blow up. Maybe it might blow up into a big old argument. But if you can find power in having diplomacy, you'll find you'll be the most powerful one in the conversation. If you can find power in quelling a raging storm, you'll be the one that has joy. And I think you'll find that you do have the power. You just need to exercise it. You don't need to meet chaos with chaos. Sometimes you can meet chaos with laughter and anticipation. Not anxiety, it's anticipation. Excited anticipation. The power of excited anticipation. Look how it's glowing. See how it's glowing? That's the power. So I know it's hard to believe. For some people, it's hard to accept. But you have to make the choice and move forward. You have to let go of what other people think. You don't have to worry about it. Just let go. Let's see, I'm going to say one more thing. Let's say, thank you. Clear communication, you see? It's clear to you. Can you see? This is not a trick. This is not psychological warfare. In fact, this is a stance from a psychological warfare point of view. I am the War Gold Company chief, brother. Get me? See it clear. I'm speaking my truth. I'm communicating to everybody. I am the War Gold Company chief, you see? That means we are warriors, bruh. And I have to know every part of the equation, including psychological warfare. This is not a trick. And maybe there's people out there tricking others. That's why I decided to say, do you know what? Somebody has to come and tell the truth. Somebody has to come and say, yes, this is real. It is possible, but you have to see it clear. I'm not going to say, oh, not anybody can just do it. I'm going to say everybody can do it. Everybody can actually do it. You have to see it within inside yourself. The Most High and all of your ancestors and your guardian angels and all of our 5D family, and upwards, all the way up, 8, and all the way up, all the way back to 0. They're always ready to communicate with us. And, okay, maybe you've been trying all of this time and you don't feel like you've been quite getting it, like you've been blocked, like you're trying, like you feel like you're forcing it or something. My guy, just relax. You will see things clear, it will come to you clearly. Okay? There's people out here, like me, that didn't know what was going on. So I had to turn to tarot. I had to turn to books. I had to turn to things outside of myself so I can understand and let go, so I could move forward. I wasn't curious. I actually knew that something was going on, but I wanted to know why it was going on. That's when I got curious. That's when I moved forward. And I became clear of things. I was able to let go and communicate more effectively. Thank you, Mr. So on that note now, because this is not going to be very long. Thank you. This is not going to be very long because I don't want to hold up people's time, you know. But let me just tell you now, okay? It's been confirmed and clarified. I'm going to tell you a little something. When the sky turns to nighttime, the moon is visible, right? And when it's daytime, the sun is visible, right? But for some people, when they look at the sun in the daytime, it turns into a black dot. Well, that's my star sign, the peace sign. Yeah, some call it feng shui. But enlightenment came to me. Yes, day and night. Sometimes things is right in your face. You just need to know how to decode the symbolism. Be still with yourself. I say, don't be scared to be by yourself. They say, Duppy don't pass a crowd of people. That's not true sometimes because a lot of people see the rolling cars. But it's true that Duppy know if you're frightened. That's true. See things clear. Have wisdom. Know that you are your sanctuary. You are. Look inside yourself. Okay? Before you decide to communicate whatever truth you decide to communicate, be playful with yourself. Think to yourself, okay, how would I want this information to be passed on to me? If somebody had to tell me this, how would I want it to be told to me? Then be playful with it. Okay? So much possibilities. Look, they're all endless. Depending where your eyes are drawn to the cards, depending on what messages come through. Okay? Right, cool. Prosperity, as we said, it is not all about materialism, prosperity, okay? Sometimes it's just about grace. There's prosperousness in being graceful. Sometimes the prosperity in life is just, it's less chaotic than it has been. Sometimes that the chaos is good though. Mhm. Eh, eh. Yeah. Okay, let me hold it this way because my hand looks bare better. Sometimes the prosperity could just be in power and enlightenment. And even, which is the best one, because wisdom, should I let, okay, in some books, wisdom claims, Lady Wisdom, claims to be there where the Most High decided to make all of the sea and the mountains and the trees and the sky and all of that stuff. So in my thoughts, okay, in my thoughts, I'm saying, when they said, let us or we, let us or we, in the sentences, when people get stuck and they say, oh, well, it says, let us make man in our image. Maybe it was wisdom. Yeah, the spirit, the air, the ether, the everything of wisdom. The saying, well, let it be made in our image. I know I'm babbling, but you know what I'm trying to say, guys, without saying it. Prosperity, you become prosperous in power and wisdom. Maybe that's what it is. It's not all about money. Maybe you become prosperous in joy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would like to be prosperous in joy, innit? Because some people have billions and billions of dollars and they're not joyful. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's not nice. I don't like that. New beginnings. Come on, prosperous new beginnings. Come on. You could have a new beginning and it's not very prosperous. It's just something new that you got to do, like having a doctor patient relationships with people. Yeah. That's what, listen, they call it karmic. Oh, these karmic connections here. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, these are some doctor patient relationships because they always teach you something and you always teach them something. Like every good doctor, yeah, a patient will come to them and they're like, wow, I ain't never seen this before. They start to research it now. And they're like, wow, that's real, that's true. Yeah. And then what do? They learn something new from their patient, and their patient learns something new from the doctor. And sometimes what is new to learn is that your doctor don't know what the fuck he's doing. So yeah, it's the evening time. Yeah, you know my manners don't work after a certain 6 o'clock. My manners stopped working. Yeah, but it's new beginnings, prosperous new beginnings. Let's move forward swiftly. If you can see the beauty in everything, even ugly people, yeah, sorry people, yeah, sorry, there are ugly people out there. But I'm telling you, if you look at them for long enough, you know, you find the beauty in their face. Did you hear what I said? That if you look at them for long enough, you find the beauty in their face, yeah. In their heart, in their spirit, yeah. Nah, I'm sure all of us. Hey, listen, some people are holding on to some grudges, you know. 80 to 90 years old, even 100 right now, set a curse on the whole people's family. Oh, my connection is unstable. Yeah, put curses on people's family, yeah, because they couldn't let go. Let's pray. Let's even just sit down and ask for prosperity in letting go. Let's be prosperous in letting go of all of our upset, all of our baggage, all of the old things that we don't need. Yeah, let's go through it. Because everybody thinks of prosperity. I'm not saying everybody, but most people think of prosperity as materialistic things. But in my world, in my view, in myself, I think of prosperity and prosperousness. We can be prosperatively. You see them words there? We can be prosperatively growthful. Prosperatively. Yeah, growthful. The grammar. Aye, aye. The grammar is breaking the bank today. Oh, the grammar prosperatively growthful. Yes, we can. Come on. Stability. That's what we encourage. Prosperous encouraged to be openly communicative. Come on, people, the grammar. Very appreciating it, huh? It was that weed makes you know, oh no, bro. It just opens up your magic. The girl, huge footprint. Let's be prosperous in stability. People just believe, oh, if I have enough money, I can make myself stable. Well, that is not true because certain people, let's just say there's a lot of famous people that are dead that can attest to say that that's not true, bro. There's a lot of poor people out there on the roadside that can say, I was a billionaire, you know. You'll be like, no, you wasn't. Yeah, it's true. Let's be prosperatively stable. So if we do become billionaires, we know how to spend our money. We know how to, well, we don't spend money here, do we? We circulate cash. Hey, you really came out, you get me? You know how to you know how to circulate the thing. That's it. Let's be prosperous in stability. So again, if the person starts to rail up, listen, have prosperity in the patience you are going to administer. I am talking to my patient, so yes, you are my patients. Yeah, I'm your patient too, because you need to leave the comments below. Yeah, help me out. You need to like and subscribe and press. Yeah, I said the like thing in it. Yeah, I don't know what other button you're meant to press. But sorry, prosperatively patient. Mm. When the person is sitting there quiet, ain't saying nothing, and you've been waiting for 10 minutes. Let me tell you, men, men, see if the woman sat quiet here for 2 minutes, yeah, 50 seconds, 10 seconds, yeah, right? Listen, get the words in, bro. Get the words in. I'm telling you, as a female, yeah, it is hard to sit quiet for 50 seconds, especially when you want the answer to your question, bro. Mm. Hey, 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 women don't front. You know you've been asking the same one question for 15 years, bro. I ain't got that type of patience, brother. Yeah, I just accepted the silence because sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Because I was prosperous, you know, I was prosperous and accepted, but okay, gonna be quiet. I'll give you 2 hours. So you don't remember the question that I asked you 2 hours ago? Okay, cool. Bye bye. Bye bye. Because I'm not having no one mess with my stability, not my mental stability. Nah, bruv. Nah, bruv. Nah, bruv. Because I'll cause chaos, bruv. Yeah. And now listen, let me tell you, people. Yeah. I ended up in hospital the other day because I had a panic attack. Now, people truly believe, yeah, that I had a panic attack because I'm weak or something. Now, let me tell you, explain something. There's something called irritable bowel syndrome. And sometimes, yeah, I can be very prosperous with my chaos. And sometimes I can't get to kick people down. I can't get to shout and bite and scratch or box people over or cuss and swear yeah, because, you know, that sometimes you have to communicate more effectively. You see, sometimes you can't communicate with violence. And sometimes people like me, yeah, we want to cause chaos and rage, but we know that it's not going to get us nowhere. So we have to be nice and communicate effectively. But it can leave ash and effects in our body that create chaos inside of our body. Like irritable bowel syndrome. You'll get stomachache and headaches and sometimes panic attacks. Yeah, panic attacks. Trying to keep your own temper. Yeah, because I was imbalanced. Because I wanted to balance it out. Because I wanted to get all of my anger out. Because I couldn't get all of my anger out, my heart caved in and I had that panic attack. I was tachycardic. My heart was beating with no blood in it. Yeah. All because I didn't slow down and communicate with myself. You see, I didn't slow down and communicate with myself effectively. I didn't let go of the anger, just breathe it out and be like, Most High. I didn't breathe it out. I didn't let it go. I lost my balance. But in the chaos, I found prosperity in letting go. That's why I can be here talking to y'all. Get me though. And I find that all inspiring, because I'm a nutter. Listen, if you go and watch me on You'll See 77, you'll see I'm an actual nutter. Yeah, I am. I am. But in my calmness and my stillness, my spirit guide said, yeah, go talk to the angels. The angel said, yeah, the sea oracle wants to chat to you still. Yeah. And there's more and more and more and more. But the oracle only chats when it's got something to say. Simmer. Okay, people. Remain resilient, people, okay? Remain resilient. And remember, you can do this, bruh. You can do this. Love never dies, all right? Doesn't matter if you lose people when you communicate your truth. You just put the discipline in. You put the effort in. And now, you're going to move forward in your journey. See it there? So, but sometimes, yeah, they're called spiritual belches. And sometimes you got wind that you can't get out. Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes you got wind that you can't get out. And since I've been doing this, I realize when I come live here, right, they just come out. So it's the spiritual belches. So I want to know if there's any more to say, if the angels want to say anything, because I'm actually ready to leave y'all today. Yeah, I'm ready until the next time. It's middle until the next time. So you pulled them ones already. Let's see what you got to say. Oh, let me jump back too quick. Thank you. Get me until next time. What have you got to say now? Okay. So that energy's been cleansed and purified. Yeah. So we're going to leave that there on top of truth. We're going to put refuge behind it. Refuge. Because there's truth in there's refuge in truth. You get me? You'll find mercy in there's refuge in truth. You get me? You'll find mercy in truth. You'll have awareness. And when you have awareness, you can put things to a full stop. So okay, people who have unanswered questions, open ends. You get me? Loose ends they call it in it sometimes. Yeah. And it all brings mercy. Endings, awareness, mercy. Mercy brings awareness and endings. You can't go into a situation with accusations. You see, and if you're going to go into a situation with accusations, make them be questions and not accusations. Have mercy on yourself and the person. You see what I'm saying? Because all you want is an ending. All you want to do is get to the end of your story. All you want is the truth in it or what you want to hear. So if you want to hear what you want to hear, have mercy on yourself and be able to communicate in a way where you're going to get clear awareness so you can put an ending to it. Do everything in love. Everything with love. Are we finished there? I think we're finished there, guys. Because, see, love equals peace. And when you love, you'll be reasonable. You can do things in reasonable. See, we are all becoming. We are all becoming to be our original selves, especially if we be able to communicate effectively with each other. Yeah. Be freedom again. Effective communication brings freedom. And on that note, I'm going to say In a bit, guys. In a bit. Where's, I can't even see. Man's looking for the arrow, you know, my buff hands. In a bit, guys. Look. Love.